Goes to Jalen Johnson.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power rankings, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Trying to lay one up deep. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. He'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchup.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, it doesn't matter where you put him, lined up in the backfield or split out like he was there. He can be a weapon when he gets that ball in his hands. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears. A.J. Brown. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from drawing level.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
An extra point forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. To throw on 3rd down, Powell. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Ready, break.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to go up top again. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defensive. Have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. They'll set up a throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the numbers here don't lie. According to the Next Gen stats, he topped out at an even 22 miles an hour. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. They'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Here comes the Bears punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Powell. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually got to pick up a holding call.
Back to throw. Powell. He's going to try and go deep again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Powell. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll look to throw again. This is caught. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Hardman to return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Powell going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Back to throw. Powell. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 17 yards out. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point attempt to follow here. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfect.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for. An interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've got to know this team.
Touchdown from 19 yards away. And the Bears take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Powell. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Powell. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 3rd and long. Powell is going to float this over the middle deep. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now, standing just outside his own goal line. The beautiful fake. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the third quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person who just ended up in the end zone with the football, he was the one that answered the bell.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made. Yard line. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On second down, they'll run it here. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3. Back now here on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now back to throw. Steps away. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 3rd and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Powell finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. That's a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there. 48 yards. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. They run a draw here on 2nd down. Oh, good move. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw now on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. A big gainer in the Saints, but he could not reel it in.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now here's a throw that's complete. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Bears! Amon Ross St. Brown, 41 yards. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. Oh, did the Bears get it? They did. Chicago football. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. The visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. He'll look to throw. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bears down on the scoreboard. A little under 50 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Holding. Offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty. And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball. This is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Greg Newsome. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there. Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Powell. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Vikings extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 67 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away